Hi, I'm Catherine Roscoe Barr. I'm a wellness coach with a neuroscience degree and a wife, new mom, and entrepreneur. I recently put out a survey asking people about their energy. The average score for energy was 5.7 out of 10. And over 85% of people said they weren't happy with that number. Now, I personally have struggled with my energy too, and that's the inspiration for this workshop, The Art of Energy Management. What is the art of energy management? Well, art is the application of creativity, and management is the responsibility for or control of something. So the art of energy management is being creative in the way you control your energy, how you get it, how you give it, and how you protect it. Consider this analogy. You are a vase. Your energy is the water. Your life is the flowers. Your health, your hobbies, your home, your partner, your children, your friends, your family, and your work. And your habits are either sources of energy or leaks of energy. What does your vase look like? How much water do you have? Do you have too many flowers? Are any of them wilting? Do you have habits that don't serve you? And do you wish you had more habits that helped give you more energy? Put another way, do you feel depleted or overwhelmed or frazzled? Do you feel like you have trouble paying attention? Do you feel like you've got too much on your plate? Do you feel exhausted in the middle of the day when you still have multiple tasks left to complete? If you said yes to any of those questions, you need an energy audit, and I'll take you through the process after I explain a little more about how I got here. I've been a wellness coach for 10 years now, and prior to that I worked in the fitness industry for 10 years, and I struggled with depression for over 15 years. And the curriculum that I created and have been teaching through private coaching and group retreats took me from overwhelmed and unhappy and unhealthy to the opposite, joyful and vibrant and energized. I truly felt like the best version of myself until recently when I had a baby, and that first year really shook me. I felt overwhelmed and depleted by all of the responsibility that I had and the lack of self-care I was able to practice. I felt a lot of shame and embarrassment about being a wellness coach who wasn't well. And most importantly, I felt devastated that the one time in my life I wanted to be the best version of myself, I felt near my worst. I needed an energy audit. Let me take you through the process. So we're going to look at 3 things. Number 1, what flowers are in your vase? Number 2, what energy sources do you have? And number 3, what energy leaks do you have? So let's look at your flowers first. They're your why. Without flowers, you're just an empty vase. And so you want to make sure that the right flowers are in your vase and that the most important flowers in your life are getting the best of your energy. I don't know if you've ever had this experience of being in a job you didn't like or just having a really difficult day and keeping it together while you were with people that weren't part of your immediate inner circle and being really pleasant and nice and just keeping it together till you got home, but that acting out of alignment with how you really felt is exhausting. So you had no energy when you got home and you were less than kind to the people who mattered to you most. And so looking at your flowers, you have to judge where your water's at and only let the flowers in that A, are important to you, and B, that you can nourish and support. You want those flowers to definitely survive and hopefully thrive. So for example, for me, I had to let a few of my flowers wilt. I had to lower my standards on my house care and not worry about dusting and vacuuming, cleaning every day, and use my energy to give to my daughter and to my husband first. And if I had anything left over, then, those other things that really didn't matter would get any leftover energy. I had to take down my work a notch, which I didn't think I would before I had a baby. I thought I would just get right back to it. I just didn't understand the energy required to keep a little life alive and thriving. So I want you to take a minute and think about, what are your flowers? Which flowers have to be in your vase, and what order are they in? How are you going to arrange your flowers differently? And what flowers may you need to take out for a while, or can you put in someone else's vase? Can you delegate some stuff? So number 2, your energy sources, your habits. Now, habits don't have to take a lot of time, and this is what I really specialize in and get excited about, because a little bit really does count. So the energy sources that we'll talk about in the next video are based on 5 wellness pillars: mindset, movement, nutrition, sleep, and connection. I teach 19 modules on those 5 pillars and dozens of habits that you can use to build your energy. And in the next video, we're going to talk about the top 3. Lastly, in your energy audit, what energy leaks do you have? I teach 7 main energy leaks and lots more ways to reduce those leaks. But the primary ones are spiritual dissonance, doing stuff that isn't in alignment with how you feel and what you believe; emotional congestion, not honoring the way you feel and just holding that energy inside. That energy is going to go somewhere and it's going to erupt if you don't let it move through your body. Negative rumination, spending time and energy just thinking about negative things and just letting that grow inside you. You want to address things and then get them out of your life and move on. Lousy sleep, poor nutrition, sedentary behavior, and multitasking. Those are the sources of energy leaks in your vase, and we're going to talk about the top 3 worst offenders in the 3rd video in this series. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that you will download the PDF below and take a minute to do your own energy audit, because it's so important to know how much water you have, how much you can expect to be coming in regularly, the flowers that you want to nurture and support and let survive and thrive, and how to be aware of those energy leaks so you can plug them, so you can hold on to that precious energy that you have. If you like this video, please share it with your friends, and I will see you again soon for the next video in this series on the art of energy management. I want to emphasize the importance and power of starting with small changes. But don't just take it from me. I want to share a few thoughts with you from some of my alumni. Jessica says, Catherine helped me see the holistic approach to health and taught me that seemingly small adjustments made a huge difference to my overall feeling of well-being. Michelle says, morning meditation, just 5 minutes, keeps me grounded during stressful times. This is a recent discovery which I started during Catherine's program. The journey she led me through has completely changed the way I think and live my life. I'm now the healthiest I've ever been, both mentally and physically, and feel I can bring my best self to my patients and the practice of medicine. Barb says, perhaps the most important takeaway from Catherine's program is her mantra, banish the all or nothing mentality. You can't do it all or be 100%. Be realistic and cut yourself some slack. Be gentle and kind. It's about making your goals attainable. That is so important. Tommy says, one of the most impactful things I took away is that even the best plans can get derailed. So it's important to have a plan A, B, C, and D. Another is the mindset of being 1% better every day. A 1% change may not seem like much, but small improvements each and every day will amplify your life and success over time. Kate says, I took Catherine's program at a very busy time in my life, with the crunch of a young son, a husband, family, baby on the way, and juggling clients. While I needed the tools and knowledge, I didn't always know how I could fit it in. But Catherine helped me realize that my life will probably always be busy, and there's no time like the present to adopt better habits, skills, and tools. Her program was a constant reminder that small changes and small actions make a big difference. Her program has great ROI. If you put in the work and time, you will see the results. The tools will last a lifetime and can be revisited whenever a reboot is needed. I recommend this program and think that Catherine is the perfect person to lead, improve, and inspire people to create positive change in their lives. Lastly, Thomas says, I'm a skeptic. Self-help books, seminars, and speakers have never held much water for me. I've used them all in the past. The only results were generally wasted hours and my eyes rolling back in my head as someone berated me to be inspired. What Catherine does is different. With the little steps she proposes, the exercises she leads you through, and the science she uses to back up her approach, the impact is instant and easily spreads to your daily routine. I cannot point to a single program that has had a greater impact on the way I now live my life and the productivity and passion it has led to. Now I'd love to hear from you. I have 3 questions for you to consider. Please leave your comments below. Number 1, what did you learn about yourself by doing the energy audit? Did you learn anything about your habits? Are there habits that you've been trying to practice or have been practicing that are giving you energy you didn't even know about? And are there habits you have that are causing energy leaks? And can you reduce or eliminate them? Number 2, what are the 3 most important flowers in your vase? And do you need to rearrange your flowers so that those most important ones get the best spot? And number 3, what is your current percentage of energy and what is your ideal minimum you'd like to operate from? And are those 2 numbers different or the same? Don't forget to leave your comments below. The best parts of my group retreats are the discussions that happen after the learning, because I can say something one way and it sinks in, but if you hear dozens of people say a similar thing in a different way, it helps you absorb and incorporate and take action on the material in a much more deeper and powerful way. So please leave your comments below and I look forward to reading them and getting into a discussion.